Hello everybody and welcome to Sin City Living. My name is Jason. I'll be bringing you today's episode. As always, please hit those like and subscribe buttons. I want to give a couple quick little informational things. First, to all the fans that ask us about being able to tip the channel to show your appreciation and help us out. We still have the buy us a coffee function. I really appreciate all those coffees you guys have bought us. As you know, all three of us live off coffee. Just check the description of the video down below for a link to that if you are interested. But also, YouTube has now added a new function, a thanks button, right at the bottom of our videos. So if you appreciate what we're doing or appreciate the video we put out, please hit that thanks button, drop us a little bit. And if not, no worries. We appreciate all you guys watching. Second, we have our live streams coming up. They're going to be every single week on Tuesdays at either 1 or 2 o'clock, probably 2 o'clock. Some days I pick up the kid, I may do it at 1, but I'll let you guys know in advance. And once a month we will be doing a charity one. So this first one is going to be towards charity. After that will be our regular live streams. If they go well, we'll continue to keep them on YouTube. If not, we'll shift them over to our patrons. For most of them, we'll still do the occasional one on YouTube. And with that in mind also, please join us as one of our patrons. Just check again the description of the video down below for some links to that. And we have exclusive videos that we put up there all the time. Things we don't put on the regular channel, including the entire How to Deal Craps course. So with all that being said, we're going to go ahead and get into today's video. So for today, what are we going to talk about? We are going to talk about the Iron Cross. Iron Cross is probably the most popular dice strategy out there. And while it is not my preferred strategy, I do understand why it is so popular, and a lot of dealers will tell you that when you get right down to it, the Iron Cross possibly is the best strategy out there for the average player. There are better strategies in our minds for the above average player, for the player that is really, really trying to go for it. Most dealers really like to see people win a lot of money, and the Iron Cross is kind of going to be in the middle of that. It's not really going to win huge amounts of money in comparison to other strategies. But it's a decent strategy, especially for the average player and for the players that are just trying to, what we call, grind their way through. So what is the Iron Cross? Well, we're gonna do this as if it were a $10 minimum bet table, because it's very difficult to find a $5 minimum bet table. So what the Iron Cross is the Iron Cross is an attempt to play every single number except for the 7. An attempt to win money on every dice roll that isn't a 7. The way they're going to do that is we're going to do the 5, the 6, and the 8, and then we're going to do a field bet. Now, for the field is going to cover the 2, the 3, the 4, the 9, the 10, the 11, and the 12. Covers every single number except what? The 5, the 6, the 7, of course, and the 8. So by betting this way, we're going to be paid on every single number. Now, in order to actually make a profit on this, on every single roll, you can't just do a minimum bet for each one of these. Because what would happen is that you would win on the field, and you would lose on the field, and you would win in these numbers, and it would be a very small amount that you win. Winning a couple of dollars is basically a waste of time. It's not what anybody is trying to do. So, if the minimum table bet is $10, you would do a $10 field bet, but then you would do a 15, 18, or 18 on your 5, 6, and 8. This way, when you win, you're winning more than a couple of bucks. Because these numbers right here, these encompass most of the rolls that are going to occur. There are 4 ways to roll this. There's 5 ways each to roll this. That is 15 possible, or 14. God, I keep doing that, bad math. 14 possible ways, 5, 5, and 4. 14 possible combinations out of the 36 combinations of dice that are going to roll right here. Now, if you take out the 7, which is 6 different ways, that leaves 30 combinations of the dice left over. So just a hair under half of all the combinations of the dice are going to roll one of these. So winning $4 would be a waste of time. So because of that, you have to go up an extra unit. If you've got 2 units on the field, which would be the table minimum on a $10 table, then you have to do at least 3 units on your 5, 6, and 8. Now, for the average Iron Cross player, this is all they're going to do. They're just going to sit here, and they're just going to do same bet, same bet, same bet, same bet, same bet. So anytime it's one of these numbers, they're going to pull back $10, unless it's a 2 or 12, and then they're going to pull back either 20 or 30, depending on where they're at. And anytime it's one of these numbers, they're going to win $11 because they'll win 21 and they'll have to put 10 back in the field. So they're winning at least $10 every single roll, unless the 7 hits. Now, when we look at this, what is it that we have in action? We have $61 in action. We have $61 in action. And if we same bet, figure we win 10 there, we win 11 here. So we'll just say $10 just for, shits and grins. That means that it is going to require 7 rolls of the dice without a 7 in order to just win back what you made, what you have bet. 7 rolls of the dice. So you already have to exceed the average roll of the dice. Since you have a 1 in 6 chance of a 7 coming, you have to exceed that just in order to make money. The beauty of this particular system, why people like this system, is because, again, it's a grinder system. We may have $61 in action, but it doesn't happen all that often, approximately 1 in 6 times, that there is a 0.7 out, which would immediately cost you your $61. If there was a point and then pretty much any roll, and then a 7, you've only lost $51. If there's 2 rolls, you've only lost $41. If there's 3, you've only lost $31. So on and so forth. So the idea is that this is not going to cost you as much every single roll as some of the other methods, and you're actually pulling money back. So you can grind with this for a long period of time. This is not something, if you do it properly with the 3 units and the 2 units, this is not something that even the Iron Cross is not something you're going to play with a $100 buy-in. No, you might. There's actually there's quite a few people that will. But at least a $200 or $300 buy-in, which when you're at a $10 table is kind of what you have to have. It's difficult to buy into a $10 table and play with a $100 buy-in. Some people will do this the wrong way, and they'll do 2 units here, 10, 12, and 12, and then 10 over there. The problem with that is that, again, they're winning $4 per roll on half the rolls. They're wasting their time. It's pointless. It's silly. They don't really understand how the Iron Cross works. Now, what can you do with the Iron Cross if you don't want to just same bet over and over and over and over and over again? It kind of depends on what rolls and what you would do. If I were to play the Iron Cross, and I can't see too many situations where I would, but if I were to play it, I would be unlikely to do same bet over and over and over and over and over again. I would be a little bit more likely to use my winnings to try and win more. So let's say a 9 were to roll. So a 9 were to roll, I would get paid by $10, and the average Iron Cross player will pull that $10 back. I am probably going to say, give me a 9. And I'm going to bet the 9. Now, if a 9 rolls, I'm going to get paid $14 plus my $10 right there. I'm actually going to get paid $24. So, but let's assume that a 9 doesn't roll. Let's say a 10 rolls. So a 10 rolls, I'm going to say, you know what? Give me a 10. Now let's say a 9 rolls. Right? So I'm going to get paid in the field. Then I'm going to get paid my $14. And what am I likely to do at this point? I'm probably going to say, you know what? Press up my 9. I will collect $9 and give me a 4. Now at this point, I now have every single number. I still need the field to cover me on the 2, the 3, the 11, and the 12 if I wanted to. And what I'm more likely to do with that now is use it to continue pressing stuff. Let's say a 10 were to roll. So I would get my field, and I would get paid out on my 10. Now, could I press in here? Absolutely, I could press in here. But I would rather press in here for right now because these are more likely to roll. So why don't I press each one of these by a unit? Collect everything else. Press these up. What I'm likely going to try and do if I'm playing the Iron Cross is I'm probably going to try and build my 6 and 8 up to $30. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try and get every number. I want every number at the minimum of $10. Once I have every number, now I'm going to use any winnings I have to slowly press up. So I still pull a little bit back, but I'm slowly going to press myself up till I hit $30 on the 6 and 8. From there, I'm going to get to $25 on the 5, then the 9. Then I'm going to go for the same on the 4 and 10. I'm going to try and get to green all the way across. once I'm green all the way across, I may actually eliminate my field bet. But I don't want to miss out on the 2, the 3, the 11, and the 12, so I might start doing a horn bet, $4 horn bet. I still win $12 on a 3 or an 11, and I'd win $27 on a 2 or 12, but I've got less in action than I would on the $10 field bet. Yes, I would not be winning on the 4, the 9 and 10, but I would certainly be winning up here. So, and nothing says I don't do a $10 horn high 12 or something along those lines too, as my bets go up. But that would be how I would play the iron cross. Is I would use what I have to expand it out and then build it up. But overall, the iron cross is actually a strong way of playing because it does cover you for every single number from the get-go. However, if you play it like the normal way, it's a grinder strategy. It's a grinder strategy, and it is not a long-term strategy. Like a lot of strategies, set yourself up with a plan of how much you want to win to walk away. If you buy in with $100, where do you want to be in order to walk away? Are you going to walk away if you're at 200? If you're up $100? If you're at 300? If you're up 200 bucks? Make yourself a plan. Because I see people play the iron cross a lot and manage to win, and then give it all back. No strategy is perfect. There is not a perfect strategy for winning money. People that say so are, we'll just say they're not very familiar with math and science. There is no perfect strategy. If there was, this game would not exist. There are some good strategies. The iron cross is one of those. It's a decent strategy. It does cover you for every single number. When you win, take your winnings and go. I do not ever see an iron cross player that ends up winning 1, 2, 3 times their initial buy-in and keep playing that does not give it back. So please set yourself a stopping point. Remember, this game was supposed to be fun. Have a good time with it. Figure out where you want to stop, and then stop there. I hope you guys enjoyed this analysis of the iron cross. As always, thank you for watching. Please hit the like and subscribe buttons. We'll catch you guys next time. Bye. Thank you everybody for watching today's video. And as promised, a little bit more detail on things that we are working on. So again, we want to continue trying to expand the channel. We're really hoping to be able to add roulette as soon as possible, and then some video keno, video slots, stuff along those lines. Unfortunately, it ate up almost all of our cash, paying off all of our bills during the month of January while we were down. And now that the holidays have ended, YouTube's payouts have dropped significantly. So we're kind of treading water here as far as all that goes. Do have a lot of things we want to add, though. Not just those things, those additional games, and hopefully some carnival games and such like that, but the live streams. The biggest problem right now with the live streams is with 3 jobs combined between the 2 of us, 4 if I include the 20 to 30 hours a week I'm putting into the YouTube channel. It's very, very difficult for me to have a day and time that I can commit to doing the live stream every single week, because we also have our very young child to take care of. But I'm trying to figure that out. I'm thinking it's probably going to end up being on Monday nights or Tuesday afternoons, or possibly both. I intend to do at least one live stream exclusively for our patrons, and then another one on the YouTube channel. So possibly both days. We also have a few other things that we really want to attempt to move forward on. I'm just running into either time or skill set issues. I do want to eventually have a website going for us. I did used to program websites over a decade ago. A lot of things have changed, and I just don't have that time. And not a whole lot of knowledge on the current state of building websites, hosting what sites can host, and how to build up the e-commerce stuff. So if anybody has any skill sets along those lines and would like to answer some questions or just help us out, shoot us an email, sincitylivingLV@gmail.com. Also, I really hope to be able to start adding some exclusive stuff from Sin City Living, logoed shirts, hats. I'm looking to get custom dice made, even custom layouts made, although those would be pretty expensive. But I know zero about e-commerce and drop shipping and anything along those lines. So if you have any skill or knowledge in that area, please email me. I would love to ask you some questions and see if you can answer a few to help me figure out how to get that going. Same thing with designing our logos. You know, I had some logos designed, very, very small logos, unfortunately, not big enough to blow up to put on T-shirts and stuff like that. And again, I know I know nothing about logo design, graphic design, any kind of websites that could do it. I literally know nothing. So if you have any skill or knowledge in that area also, please email me, and you're willing to answer some questions, please email me and let me know. I'll admit I don't even know where to start as far as asking some questions, but I'm sure I'll ask a few, and that'll trigger a few more, so on and so forth. So yeah, there's that, and of course we do hope to continue to improve our AV setup, but I am an AV moron, so also right there, if you have any skill sets or knowledge in that area, please email me, and are willing to answer some questions. Please email me and let me know. We would love to help. Otherwise, again, thank you everybody for watching, and we're very excited to continue bringing you our videos. Bye now.